Hello, guys, and welcome back to Seduce Otome. I'm host Sierra, and we're just going to continue on with the story. We're going to load up a game file. We're in class. We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches there and there. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped the pencil against her chin, staring attentively at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need?
Susie straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and she spoke up.
How about a company? Did we really skip over that? Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our project. At least we caught it this time. What do we name it? Not sure.
It always came down to me. Whenever there was something to be named or titled, I was a master at and ending decisions.
I like Trinity Corporation. That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company? What do dragons have to do with our project? What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot. But our company sells bubble gum. Who said we can't produce spicy bubble gum? What do you think? What do you think?
Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say...
Fine. Be lame. Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what?
We ended our name game and giggled, scrambled my thoughts. Who was that? I looked over my shoulder to see her laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people that were practically friends with everyone in the school. And as a result, everyone in the school knew them. In the center of all of it was Lizette White. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but that she also was ready to casually chat about her day. She had an endearing balance of charisma and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lizette was bright, easygoing, and above all, she had her future laid out right in front of her. Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school. As a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. Moreover, I had to know her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. Of course, my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing my glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.
She doesn't even look like she's working. She's actually doing work. Oh, come on, Susan. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be. The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you. What's that supposed to mean? Never mind. It's about time. Let's bail.
Unsurprisingly, Zuzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as she quickly strolled out the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't...
Naomi folded her arms close to her chest, giving me a disappointed look.
Oh, not you too. She's turning you into a delinquent.
Haha, it's a joke, Naomi.
Well, it's not really funny. Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what? We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings. Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
Haha, I do have to admit I was spacing out. And just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian.
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts. So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson. Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Despite this, the both burst out in laughter. Normally, anyone would think that opposites like them wouldn't ever associate with each other. But even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Maybe they were just perfect complements or personalities that didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three had been best friends since preschool.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum. Who would even buy that? I wonder. Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
Haha, you do like spicy foods after all. We entered the cafeteria and a bustling room filled with the aromas of different kinds of food. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Fries and a spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal. I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Suzu. I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be... You're crazy!
By the way, if you hear noises, like cat noises, I realized my air conditioner was on, I apologize. But if you hear cat noises, I have a cat in my window right now.
Hell yeah, I'm crazy. I think I'm getting a migraine.
I think I'll just go with it. That sounds good. Once we got our food, we settled down at one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside and finally digging into our food. Zuzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so she could rest her feet on the table by her food.
All right then. Is there anything we want to talk about? Bored already?
Alright, you can't climb on me, cat.
I know. Let's talk about... Say boys, and I will never speak to you ever again. Aw, why not? What's so interesting about talking about guys? It's not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends.
She really wants my attention.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend? Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy ball. Hey! No offense. And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants. Or girlfriend? She can be a lesbian if she wants. True.
That's okay, Zuzu. I'm not sure I want a boyfriend yet.
Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well get a boyfriend. Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
Well, it really wasn't about wanting a relationship. It was more than there was no one